Studying for free in German. I remember I made a video about studying for free in Norway, and many people had so many questions about why is it free, how possible it's free. So I answered most of those kind of questions. So today I'm going to talk some sort of similar about Norway, but we are going to talk about German. What is the education system in German, and how is it possible to study for free in German? And what does free mean when it comes to study in German for international students, if you want to study in German? Again, welcome everyone. This is EBM, Ernest Boniface Makulilo, talking to you from my home office here in Belton, Missouri, United States. And today I'm honored to have this opportunity to talk in detail about German. 3 of my family members studied in German. My sister Victoria studied a PhD in political science in German. My 2 brothers who are identical twins, one studied a PhD in political science in Leipzig, German, and another one studied PhD in law at the University of in Bremen. So I know a lot about from them, but myself I know so much details about studying German. But for them, they didn't go to study for free in terms of free education per se. They went through daddy scholarship. I've already talked in one of the video about daddy scholarship. If you haven't, if you go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/EBM Scholars or youtube.com/EBM Swahili, you will be able to see those videos, or the video I talked about daddy scholarship. But this is, I'm talking today, is not a free in the sense that you are going to get a scholarship. If you get a scholarship, yes, it's still free. But this free I'm talking today is if you are applying to go as self-financing student, just like how people are applying to come to study in America. So if you are applying to come to study in America, obviously you will be paying tuition and the fees to the university, and also the living expenses to cover on your own. So in Germany, the education is free. Not to all institutions. You have to be very careful on that. Majority of institutions, and mostly public universities or public institutions, education is free. Masters and PhD, you can be able to study for free. You can also do for bachelor's degree if you want. But the problem is most of the education from primary school or grade school, elementary school to bachelor's degree, majority are taught in German language. So for that particular case, it will be difficult for you to go to study in German in English language, especially for the bachelor's degree. Yes, you might find there are very few institutions which offer degrees in English for bachelor's degree, but for masters and PhD, almost all universities, they have certain types of programs which are taught in English language, and that's where you're going to apply. So the number one thing, if you want to apply for education, which is a free education, remember, the point is you are applying as self-financing student. You are not applying for scholarships just like when you apply for the daddy scholarship. This you are applying from the purpose of I'm going to pay on my own. Just like how you apply to US or Canada, or Australia, you are going to study on your own. So if you are going to apply as a self-financing student, number one, choose the university which are public, and the university will say it is free in the sense that you will not be able to pay for tuition or fees on that particular area. You will be able to be paid maybe per semester, maybe $50 or $100 maximum. That's the amount you're going to pay, and those will be able to cover fewer smaller things about maybe students union and smaller things like those way. But you don't pay tuition at all, or fees, other associated fees. Like you come to the American universities, you are talking about $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 US tuition and fees to the universities where you are going to do. So if you apply, you get admission, master's or PhD. Obviously, you must meet the requirements to go to study. Unlike the scholarship part, the scholarship, like that is scholarship, you must have 2 years of work experience. But if you are applying on your own, you are going to do masters or PhD. to pay on your own, there is no requirement that you must have 2 years of work experience. As long as you have good results, as long as you meet the requirements which are required by the institution you're going to apply, they have no problem with that. So you apply, then you get admission. Then what? So you need to show the proof that you are able to cover the living expenses of most of the cities or most of the places you'll be able to stay in Germany. So you need to show the bank statement. So unlike America, or Canada, when they say show the bank statement, you go to take the bank statement of your uncle, your brother, your sister, or yourself. You show the bank statement of your own country. But here's different. They want the money to be into the special account in Germany. This is what they call a blocked account. Listen to me very careful, and this is going to make a very big difference between Germany and Norway. And you can use this particular difference to make a decision. Should you go to Germany or should you go to Norway? So in Germany, you have to deposit the money into the bank from the university. They will give you the bank account. And it's averagely 12,000 US dollar for most of the cities you'll be able to stay. Once you deposit the money over there, you'll be given the admission, you'll be given the work, you'll be given the financial documentation, or rather we call it the bank statement from the university, that you have already the money into the bank account, which is a closed bank account. Then you use that bank account, the bank statement, and all other information, along with your passport and everything. You are going to apply for the visa at the Germany embassy. Then they'll give you the student visa. You go to study in Germany. When you arrive in Germany, they are not going to give you back all the money at once. That's why there is a keyword called a blocked account. Meaning the 12,000, they will be giving you each month certain amount of money. Let's say they will be giving 1,000 per month. Each month they will be depositing that money to your account, which is in Germany. Obviously, when you go there, you are opening another bank account. Then they'll be able to deposit the money into your other account on a monthly basis. This, I said, is going to make a very big difference with Norway. In Norway, is the same way. It's a free education. You go to Norway, you have to have the money into a Norwegian bank. But in Norway, they allow on your own, if you have your personal bank account in Norway or the bank of your friend in Norway, you can use that bank account as long as any bank in Norway, not the bank in Nigeria, not the bank in Tanzania, not the bank in South Africa, not the bank in the Philippines, not the bank in Nepal. No, they wanted the money to be deposited 12,000 into the bank account in Norway. Then, if you don't have a bank account in Norway on your own, you can use the bank account of the university. They will give you the university bank account. You deposit the 12,000. Once you get the visa, you go to Norway. You open your bank account. In Norway, they give back all your money. They transfer. They do a wire transfer to your bank account. And it's up to you how you are going to use that money. So if you borrow the money from the friends, you can be able to send half of it from your friend, and you can continue on your own working and living in Norway. But that is a big difference in Germany. Germany, they call a blocked account. The money is blocked. They are not going to give the full lump sum of your money back to your account. They will be doing the monthly deposit to your account. For them, why do they do that? They want to make sure that you are not going to become a burden to the government of Germany. So for them, they will be having a guarantee that within the full year, you'll be able to survive with that particular situation. Unless otherwise you have a relative who is going to become like a sponsor, that you are going to stay to them, they are going to be in charge of that. That is a separate case. But majority of us don't have relatives who are permanent residents or citizens in Germany. So Germany, that is how it is. So basically you need to have 12,000 to go to start your studies in Germany. But still is a better deal than studying in America if you want to pay on your own. Because in America you pay tuition and fees. In Germany you don't pay tuition and fees. You just pay just the living expenses. So you are going to save a lot of money. The only difference is the money which is deposited into the bank, into the block account, doesn't being directly sent to you once you arrive in Germany. In Norway, it will be sent to you. So it's up to you. What will be the decision? Should you go to Norway, where you deposit the money and they'll give you back once you arrive there, or German with the block account, but still in the end is a free education. Both will be allowed to work up to 20 hours per week as a student when the universities are open, when it's during the time. And the good thing for both Norway and German, you are allowed to work off campus. In US, for instance, you will pay tuition, fees, and living expenses on your own, but you must work 20 hours on campus during the school year. But when the school is closed, you are on holiday, you are allowed to work as many hours as you want, both on campus and off campus. In Europe, German, Norway, you are allowed to work off campus to any employer for 20 hours per week. So those are some of the differences and the similarities you can be able to see in order to make a decision. So if you are a parent, you want to make a decision. Yes, I know sometimes people are thinking, but Germany, they're speaking German language. But still, once you are there, you'll be able, on campus you'll be studying English. You will study some German language just for normal conversation, to know some few things here and there. And if you're in science, you can do a lot of jobs if you're IT without knowing a lot of German, because those are technical. You don't need to know those kind of things. So it's up to you, either you want to spend your money and how you want to utilize your money into studying, whether you go for free education of that nature, or you can go direct and apply for scholarships. If you want to do the scholarship, you have to also to apply as many universities as possible, as many programs as possible, so that you can have more opportunities and more options to see where you are going to be chosen and which one will be a best fit for you to apply and get it. So, do you have any question? You know how to get me. Go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/EBM Scholars, youtube.com/EBM Swahili. You can be able to get all this type of content about education, about writing books, self-publishing, post them on Amazon, about immigration, lives overseas, how to succeed, how to avoid unnecessary mistakes. That is the headquarters of opportunities and sharing the inspiration where you can be able to do good things for each and everyone.